Hello, hello, hello. It's UPB here from OptionMillionaires.com. Thanks so much for joining me tonight. I'm going to go over a couple option trade possibilities for tomorrow. That'll be June 6th, a Wednesday. Today was June 5th, a Tuesday. Stocks went higher. Now, it was not a bad day for option traders because, unlike yesterday when stocks pretty much ended where they started, we at least made some progress. We don't care as option traders which way we move, as long as it's one direction and not just a wild whipsaw session like we saw yesterday, where although we moved intraday, we closed pretty much where we started. That sucks. For anyone holding an option that's not even close to the money and is a month or two out, you've just wasted a day. That is called, let me rhyme it, wasted a day, that's time decay. Time decay sucks. That's what options, well, as an option trader, that's what you don't want. You want, when you get into an option, you want that stock to move the direction that you're positioned for. You want it to move right away. You don't want it to waste a day. Come on. Like sitting behind somebody doing 40 miles an hour in a 65 mile an hour zone. It sucks. So let me go on here. I did this bear flag many updates ago, since we had the lower high on the SPY. I like rhyming. I don't know why. And we fell from this high all the way down here. This is the bear flag, and we broke through it. And I was writing also just to show you what a bull flag looks like. This is a bull flag. The reason I'm showing you this is because today in the chat room, you could also look up on iHub, I pointed out about right here that we were forming a bull flag on the S&P 500 futures. I hope I got that right in my last segment there. Let me just go back for a second, just in case I didn't, so I don't have to record this again. This is a bear flag. We broke through it lower to the downside, which is exactly what should have happened. Now we're starting to recover some of the losses here. This is a bull flag. We have the rise up, we have consolidation, and then we broke through it. And this is what I saw today. And I noted it. You can go to iHub. I was in the chat room as well. We started to rise. We got this consolidation here. This is a bull flag. We broke through it, and now we're roaring. Oh yeah, we're just doing great. We're doing cartwheels. We're high-fiving each other, smacking each other on the rear end. Great! This is what it's all about. Now, it's a very easy pattern to figure out, easy to spot. So, just something to keep in mind. It's not always right. We could have just fallen off a cliff here. Maybe Europe would just decide to finally just go bankrupt. To say, hey, nobody's going to pay their bills. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Brazil will bail us out. I don't know. I'm just making that up. That's not even funny. Let me move on. Some trades. That's what you're here for. That's right. Some option trades for tomorrow, June 6th. Let's get into it. First off, I do have silver, gold, USO. Love them. Why do I like silver? Silver, I think, is going to go back over $30. Easy. Why? There's only one reason why. The printing. Money printing, and the fact that, here we go. We hit almost $26 on SLV, and we're working our way here higher. I think we're going to break out. We're going to break out over $30. So if we go to the option chain, silver, if we do it this week, and you were to buy, gosh, if it does 30 this week, my goodness, you can get to $29 calls for 5 cents. I mean, if it goes to 30, that's a 20 bagger. So let's just be a little more conservative. You get the 28s for 26 cents. That's a great deal. And if silver goes up 3%, you're looking at a 90-cent gain. Goes to 28.60, those would be a more than double because you'll have time premium built into it. Looking at about almost a triple. Not bad. So let's hope silver just pulls back. It's a little up nicely after hours here, overnight, while all you guys are sleeping. I'm up diligently providing you with some fabulous option trades. Thank you very much, for free of charge. So silver, USO. USO made a meaningful bottom, and it's working its way up. Closed even today. And while I'd like to see it go down, just so that I don't have to pay for So much for gas. I do think it's going to head higher from here as the US dollar weakens. So you could have bought the $32 of the calls at the close for 31 cents. I think that's going to be a great trade tomorrow. And how about Goldman Sachs? Goldman Sachs, sorry about that, my tongue slipped. Great company, great company. Love them, love them. We hit a nice low. Now, if you go back a little bit here, I would have really liked to see it hit about $86. Why, you might ask? There we go. Solid support here. 86.50, I think it is. 86.45.96. There you go. I was pretty close. I was off by a nickel. Would have liked to have hit this line here, and then we could have bounced. But if we do the bounce here, I'm going to play for it because the options right now for Goldman Sachs, are cheap. The 95 strike is what I like. They close at 42 cents. If Goldman Sachs sees a nice little ramp, say 2-3%, we saw JP Morgan get a nice push this morning, up 4%. Gosh, if Goldman Sachs went 4%, those options there at 43 cents, 42 cents, and the 95 strike will be a nice 3 to 4 bagger, and that's what we're here for. We'd be like Goldman rocks, not Goldman Sachs. How about Google? Google has been beaten down, left for dead. 2 summers ago. It wasn't last summer. I don't believe it was last summer. I can't recall. I got to look at the chart. Let me look at the chart real quick just to rehash because I played Google for a nice bounce. It was in the 470s. I don't know if it was 2 years ago or 1 year. My brain's just in. There we go. Okay, so if you go back, yes, it was last year. It was last year, right down here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I had bought right here at the lows, and you can see it on the iHub board. I bought the $505 calls for a quarter. They were weekly, and in 5 days, actually I bought them on Friday, so they were weekly. They opened up, so I bought them on Friday, and then I sold them I think on Monday or Tuesday the next week at about $1.25 for a nice 5-bagger, 4-bagger, and they ended up going to $23. But you can see the support line here, this trend line, just a great spot to know when to buy a call on a bounce, and as well as a resistance line. Google's in a channel right now. And anyway, needless to say, the point I am trying to make is, well, had I held, I'd be buying you all steak dinner. But Google can make some massive moves, tremendous moves, and you can get the out of the money options for cheap, especially when it's stagnating like it is now. It's kind of, look at the last couple weeks. This is like, went to 640. Yeah, it's down 70 bucks. But the point being, if we're putting in, now you can go across here. Technically, we might have some support. Look right here. Absolutely. And those 585s are going for $1.35. But if I was looking for a bounce in Google, and even if it just happens tomorrow and we get a 2% rise, let's bring us to 580. These calls will probably be a double, and you can get them at 70 cents right now. So there you go. 590 calls, 70 cents. You heard it here first. And if we're going to go to Google, might as well go to Apple, because if we're going to get a bounce, Apple will bounce as well. Apple has been beaten down pretty good. Closed a little in the red today. I like the 580s for 80 cents. Once again, you heard it here first. And we know Apple can do a quick 3% move, which would be $15, and that'd bring us to $5.77. $3 away from the money, and it'd be a Wednesday, which would give us more than 2 days for a worth of time premium, which would make these options worth about $250, which would be about, I don't know, 150, 200% gain. Not bad. And finally, SINA. Now I hold the 5250s on SINA. I got them at 93 cents, I believe. They closed at $1.19. And those are a good trade because we're in the money. I'm in the money by 10 cents on my calls. Woohoo! Giddy up. But you can go out a little further. We alerted the $55 calls today. They're at 27 cents. They hit a high of 36 cents, a low of 21 cents. SINA can move 6% without batting an eyelash. It might open up 6%. I hope so. But I really don't. I want you to get in first. If you decide after doing all your research and scouring the charts, calling up the CEO. No, but in all honesty, this is a stock that moves very quickly in one direction or another. And to be positioned for it, the options right now are fairly cheap, in my opinion, on the farther out of the money strikes. I mean, look at the 57.50s. We are at Tuesday. SINA could make a 8% move. It's done it before in the past. And we could be looking back at the 7-cent ask, last 6-cent 57.50s and going, wow, we could have bought 10 of them for $60 plus commission and sold them for, gosh, $1. That's how quickly SINA can move. So you got it. Here's a couple of my trades. I like Goldman Sachs, $95 calls at 42 cents. Google, $5.90 calls at 70 cents. Apple, $5.80 calls at 80 cents. And the SINA $55 calls at 27 cents. That's right, no puts. No puts for me. Right now we have futures are higher. The reason I like these calls is because I think we're due for a rebound. Currently I own USO, silver, gold, X calls. I would tell you about X, but I've already posted it a zillion times. X, $19 calls. I got, I believe, at about the price it closed at today. I have to look back, but I like X for a nice move, back over $20 a share, especially if the dollar weakens. That's really what's going to lead all the recovery in these stocks. A weaker dollar. Right now, the dollar's down a third of a percent. So that's it. UPB here from OptionMillionaires.com. We've got plenty of classes this week. Jimmy Bob had a great class tonight. Mikey's going to have a great class this week, and I'm going to also have a stupendous class. Just running out of adjectives here. So thanks for joining me. I hope you have a very profitable Wednesday. Options are the place to be. You can make some serious returns. Feel free to ask me any questions, and I'll be sure to help you out the best I can, so everybody can be making coin trading stock options. UPB here. Take care. Have a great night. Goodbye.